Streaming the dream. Dreaming the stream. More than a triple stream, dude. Think about it. I've been live 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th time today. Boom. 5 streams in a day. Can it be done?
Has it been 5?
I did 2 this morning. Remember, because I did 1 early.
And then you're counting Flash Fried too.
And then Flash Fried 3, Flash Fried 4. This one 5. Boom. 5 streams in a day. It's a new fucking record. I mean, people seem to have a lot to say to me, so I'm giving people the opportunity to come to my platform and say hello. There's a lot of bees buzzing in a lot of bonnets about Paul Zigo, and I figured, like, hey, let's make yourself available, Paul Zigo. What it do, Paul? What it do? What it do? Something I find funny, this girl is complaining about being called white. She went on to explain she's 75% French and 25% Belgian. Well, fucking excuse me. I didn't realize she was so multicultural. Totally multicultural. Ultra multicultural. Paul, what do you think of the arguments that abstaining from electoralism will only make the Democrats appeal more to conservative base due to the leftists being a low voting bloc? Blah, 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 blah. What do you think of the fear mongering? I don't know. We're not going to know till we try it. We're not going to know what happens till we try it. Everybody wants empirical data on a fucking tactic they're unwilling to even give a shot to in favor of just taking the fucking easy road every goddamn cycle. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't point to any fucking data for something exactly like what I'm proposing ever being tried before in the history of, the modern duopoly. So let's give it a shot.
You gotta change something to change something.
Right. Like, I honestly feel like I'm the guy, and I'm not trying to even claim that I'm like some big hero, but I feel like I'm the guy on the Titanic that's going like, hey, we should probably start manning the lifeboats and get off this motherfucker, or at least try to. And I feel like most other lefties on fucking YouTube are saying like, just sit tight. Let's drink champagne in the ballroom. This is all gonna work out. She's unsinkable. It's like, all right. Whatever you'd like to do, I suppose. I can't force you to do shit. Need a great sacrifice to see real change. Probably multiple sacrifices of time and money and energy from a mass movement of people. And it's not going to be electoralism that does it. because that just creates champagne parties for people that end up fucking you in the ass. Everybody, look at how asleep everybody is 100 days into Biden's term, and they're praising him for all the things he hasn't done, saying he's exceeded expectation because he gave him a little thin fucking lib gruel to suck on, most of it in promise form. Look at how easy it is to manipulate people, even very fucking intelligent people. You get sucked into this toilet. And it's all about mindset. It's all about being willing to be wrong. I was wrong for a long fucking time. I voted from the time I was 18 all the way up through fucking Obama's second presidency, which would have been what? 2010? 2006, right? Is when Obama first got elected. So yeah, like 2010, something like that. 2012, whatever it was. You know, all the way up through that. So every election I could vote in, I voted in it. Believed in it. Believed that I was making the fucking lesser of two evils choice. Believing that I was voting for an imperfect group of politicians that were slightly less imperfect than the other group of politicians, and thus progress could be made here, there, and everywhere. And I've just watched the functional class-based problems in this country get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse as a result. I don't know, dude. I'm not a fucking... Dude, I look like a research fucking guru or some shit. Like, why would you ask me if I think psilocybin is effective in depression treatment? I don't know. I've seen some studies that seem to imply that microdosing of psilocybin can be really fucking beneficial to people with certain types of treatment-resistant depression. I've seen the same thing about ketamine microdosing. But I don't know. I honestly don't. Can we reach the non-voters? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can. I'm pretty sure, like, not all of them, but I'm pretty sure that this type of movement, like, if it gets some legs under it and people start fucking taking it into consideration, I think it could get a lot of people that don't normally vote to get up and vote on their local initiatives and shit, and make a show of voting no confidence in these fucking politicians. And I think it might actually reach people on the fucking right, too. Believe it or not everybody on the right is a rabid fucking Trump filleting moron. You know, they might be a little misguided over there, but there's a lot of people on the right that are sick of seeing fucking one shoe shuffled to the next shoe, shuffled to the next shoe. Might reach some of those people fucking too. I mean, let's get people to tune out. You got to tune out of this fucking electoral process first. You know what I mean? Then starve this fucking DNC dragon, replace it with something that's stronger that can actually put up a fight, and let's go toe to toe. People are always talking about how we want to take down the Republicans, and they're looking at this weak Republican organization called the Democratic National Committee to do it for them, and they're never gonna. They never had any intention to. So we got to do it, or we got to try to. Like, I'm not going to promise you, like, sure victory like everybody else. I'm not going to promise you a sure path forward. I'm not going to promise you that you can do some kind of mathematical equation and read Marx and Engels the right way and that everything just kind of turns out hunky-dory. I can't sell you that because I'm an honest person. What I will sell you is that nothing is going to change if we don't try. If leftists don't take this unique moment in history to actually do something, we will have squandered the greatest opportunity that we have to possibly affect some real change in this fucking country. You guys understand where we are as a species right now? Teetering on the edge of fucking collapse, still in the midst of a giant global pandemic that's going to end up killing millions and millions and millions of people before it's functionally over. This is like prime time for leftists to step up to the plate and stop accepting the same bullshit they always accept. And all of them have gone to sleep. All of them are very mad at anyone who insinuates that they've gone to sleep. very mad and very defensive because, after all, they did what they had to do, right? They made sure that the evil Trump was defeated. Never mind the fact that Biden's just functionally Trump. Wash my hands of it. It's laziness, intellectually and otherwise. I'm the one that gets accused of being lazy all the fucking time.
So you literally made a concession to vote on initiatives, and people are like even madder for some reason.
I knew they would be.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. You guys think that I made this whole fucking move in entirely like there wasn't any consideration other than what I thought was fucking best to this? This allows me to get under people's skin. It removes one of the biggest fucking most ridiculous, I think, arguments that shit libs and defenders of electoralism will throw at you. You didn't vote. Oh, that doing nothing is gonna really solve it. Blah, blah, blah. This is the smug shit that you hear so that they can justify staying in their little group that thinks they're gonna change the world by voting for fucking AOC. And it's not gonna fucking happen. They think they're gonna change the world by listening to all these lefties on YouTube sell them honey sweet lies about the DNC being able to be fucking reformed. It's unreformable. You can't reform something that's designed for a specific purpose. You can't reform something that's not malfunctioning. How about we put it that way? You can only reform something if it's malfunctioning. The DNC is not malfunctioning. The DNC is operating exactly as it's supposed to. Funneling leftist passion into centrist, center-right, middle-of-the-road compromise that gets walked back every 2 to 4 years. So you can't reform something. That's like saying, hey, let's rebuild this brand new engine. It's running fine. There's no need. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's why this whole we're going to reform it from inside is bullshit. You think the people that are functionally in power in the DNC are going to allow you to do any of this Robin Hood bullshit that you claim you're doing? Look at what happened to the squad. Not a single use at the most important moment for leftists in my fucking lifetime, probably. Bar maybe fucking 9/11. Global pandemic, global economic downturn, people's faith in the government and its institutions at an all-time low. You got this leftist bloc in a slim margin house, and they've done nothing. And you want to keep telling me that that's the way forward because it's easy for you. It lets you put your little man bun head on a pillow at night and go to sleep. And it lets you rake in big fucking buku bucks while doing it too, because you're selling people dreams for cash. You've set up basically Vegas where there's no fucking expectation that somebody that gives you anything might win anything. It's like Vegas, it's like gambling, but without the ability to ever win. It's the same fucking shit. Watch the movie Casino, where he talks about how Las Vegas is set up to sell dreams for cash. That's what's being sold to you by these people that you donate to over and fucking over and fucking over again. And that you lionize on the left like they're some kind of fucking new voice or revolutionary or some kind of voice of the young people. And they make the same arguments my parents made for electoralism and their grandparents. I don't even think these people do it in bad faith either. I don't think they have it in their minds that oh yeah, I'm going to fucking say I'm one thing and be another thing. I think they genuinely want to believe. In fact, I think some of them have to believe that this can be solved without any fucking direct action on their part other than walking down and fucking casting a vote or filling out an absentee ballot. And that's not just going for the people purveying this shit. That's going for the people absorbing it. They have to believe that because none of them want to risk the dark. Every journey risks the dark. There is absolutely no way we're going to get any kind of fucking socialism, anything close to it, by going through the normal channels. The normal channels are closed to us right now. We don't get to, we're gate kept at the federal and state level by the very fucking organization that's supposed to organize these leftist candidates for us. They make sure that no leftist ever gets through. You have proof of it in the last 2 election cycles. Use that. Think about it. Right. It's like denial. It's denial because what I'm proposing, let's be honest about it right now. What I'm proposing is dead ass scary and risky and audacious. But you know what it isn't? Sitting on our fucking man bun asses and watching the world burn and pretending we're fucking saving it by reading theory and funneling leftists towards Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and then making excuses for them. Right. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You ever heard this? You think this is just a fucking idiom that means nothing? Right now, doing what your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents did, that's what we call nothing ventured. And what do you get when nothing is ventured? No gain. You must venture something to make gains. You want to make things functionally better for the people you claim to care about on this planet? The poor, the indigent, LGBTQ plus people, immigrants, migrants, people that want to come here, people overseas and in the global south that are being exploited. Put something up. You have to have some skin in the game. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing sacrificed, nothing won. And all these motherfuckers are telling you that you can sit back and sacrifice nothing but 5 minutes of your time to fill out a ballot, send it in, and then listen to how much good you did for the next 2 to 4 years until it becomes the imperative for you to do so again and again and again. And then pretty soon you wake up and you're 40 fucking years old and you go, what happened to the entirety of my fucking young adulthood when it comes to politics? I did exactly what I was told, voted party line dim the whole time, and everything went to shit anyway. But by then it's too late. You guys don't have time to be another generation like mine was and the one that followed me was. You don't have time to be another Gen fucking X or Gen Z or Gen Y. This is it. It's do or die time. And if you got a better idea to make some fucking actual sacrifices and make some actual fucking bold, audacious moves, that isn't my idea, I'm open to hear it. But this whole like gatekeeping of like, well, yeah, well, what's your fucking idea? When these people openly admit that they have no idea either. You know how many times I get accused of like having like I'll bring up one tactic, right? And talk about it for a while. And people will go like, Paul's plan, union, question mark, question mark, question mark, profit. When literally the people that they lionize and follow on the left, their plan is vote Corp Dems, question mark, question mark, question mark, socialist utopia.
I think you might have missed this one.
If we dull the blades in the sack of knives, eventually it's going to make a comfy pillow, Paul. Derp-de-derp. Yeah, I know. Money. Thank you, Tucker. I'm not a cohesive person, man. You guys are going to have to work with me on this shit. Because I don't coheed well with other people. And I don't abide stupidity. And when people are being willfully fucking ignorant with me, I get mad. And I express it. I don't like having my time wasted in conversations by people making bad faith arguments and excuses that they know to be bullshit. That's why I got heated with TJ on the fucking grease trap the other day. Or the fucking, whatever it was.
Monday show?
Yeah, the Monday show. That's why I got heated. Because I've heard TJ make the exact opposite arguments that he's making now. I heard him agree with me on pretty much every point that I made that night, but then still tell me that I'm wrong and that I have no plan. And it just seems so fucking bad faith. When I spend hours and hours and hours, not talking about like one tactic, but multiple different things that the left needs to fucking pursue. Mass protests, mass civil disobedience, unionization, now this. And I keep being accused of having no plan and having nothing to try by people who have no plan and have nothing to try and openly admit it. TJ straight out said on the show, I have no plan, but neither do you. And continued to say I had no plan after I laid the plan out. How fucking bad faith is that? See what I mean? But it's not about being right or wrong anymore. It's about defending the easy road. It's about looking at one road that's craggly and overgrown and strewn with rocks and unpaved and going, man, that looks a little spooky over there. And then looking at the long, straight highway to hell and going, man, that looks like smooth sailing. That's really what it's down to, guys. That's what's behind all the psychological posturing and all the bullshit where leftists pretend like Joe Biden's a good guy now. Where leftists pretend like they're fucking happy with the way that AOC is. This is all to defend the easy road. The road where every 2 to 4 years you rile your audience and base up about going to vote for the shit lib again. And you talk all this big talk about direct action and bullying these people to the left. And then you do nothing for another 2 years. And then guess what happens again? It's like a fucking clockwork, literally. Every 2 years, boom, boom, here it comes. You know what? Right now, guys, we've got to set aside all of our fucking differences as lefties, and we've got to come together, okay? And we've got to do the most important thing that we can do right now, and that is reduce harm. So even if you don't agree with the DNC candidate that's running, you have to vote for them because they are provably, mathematically better than Republicans. And 15 other things that my grandpa said to justify electoralism, but the other way. Man, I love the amount of bands that are getting in here. Take a fucking dunk, you sad sack fucking triggered bitches. You know the rules up in here. Over there in your little fucking bitches enclave on Twitter and on Reddit and trying to fucking pop into my chat and have another little bitches enclave in here. Look, come up with some fucking arguments. Come up with some fucking arguments against what I'm proposing and against the things I say, or shut the fuck up and get out of here. Go take it to the subreddit. They're passing out free crying towels over there right now. Go take a look at it. Like, honestly, go take a look. And you want to tell me I'm not onto something? Literally, the whole front page of the subreddit is Paul memes. Paul's wrong. Paul this, Paul that. I like Paul. I don't like Paul. No, I'm not onto anything, guys. It'd be better off if nobody in our community was talking about any of this shit. You have a hurt feelings report you use at work. Should you post it there? They need it right now. Because I'm telling you right now, dude, there are some real super duper mad folks. There's some mad people since I started talking about this shit and advocating for it. They really want me to stop. Go look at my Twitter. Like, look at anything that I've posted with hashtag no confidence and take a look at the 2 or 3 fucking numbnuts that show up to try and make it look like it's completely impossible that it'll ever go anywhere, that it's a do-nothing fucking option, or that it's a Republican strategy. Bad faith shit like TJ. Like, TJ has had endless fucking talks with me and accused me of concocting a fucking strategy that's the best Republican strategy he's ever heard. After hearing hours of what he knows my true beliefs to be. The truth hurts. And when the truth is, all the fucking shit you've been telling all the people that follow you and look up to you is wrong, it's hard to fucking come out of that and go like, all right, well, But you know what? It's better than fucking standing on it and being another fucking generation like your parents' generation were. I got vastly more respect for somebody that goes like, you know what? I kind of got sucked into something that's kind of stupid than I do somebody that stands on obstinate principle. Vote, 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 vote. Hello, Peacock.
Mockingbird, peacock,
Mockingbird.
mockingcock.
Cocking mock. Cockingbird. Just the toxic anyone but Trump mentality. It's always been an anyone but mentality. People act like Trump was some kind of unique universal event, but it was anybody but Bush. ABB. Anybody but Bush. Anybody but Bush. This is as old as the fucking wind. They act like Trump was some kind of fucking natural force that came out of nowhere and he's some kind of like new Republican. He's the same fucking Republican that Republicans have always been. Hates immigrants, hates black people, hates gay people, loves war, loves gifting money to fucking corporations. Pretty much pretty much 5 out of 5, same thing is true for fucking the DNC. The DNC treats black people like they're a bunch of fucking dupes. They sent Joe Biden, the segregationist, down south and duped a bunch of fucking black people into voting for their own fucking segregationist oppressor. Duped women who are victims of sexual assault to vote for a rapist.
Sorry your dad got COVID, but I don't think Trump caused COVID.
Yep.
I feel like that was going to happen without Trump.
Yeah.
Exacerbate it, maybe, but...
Maybe. Remember at the beginning of COVID that the Democratic establishment was fighting tooth and nail to keep Trump from closing the borders 2 months too late.
Yeah.
So 2 months after he should have closed the borders, the position of the fucking Congress, the Democrats in Congress, were that Trump was closing the borders and shutting off access to certain countries for, quote, xenophobic reasons. So I wouldn't really hold my fucking, like, crystal ball too close and think that the Democrats would have handled COVID much better in the beginning. Do you think the word success exists, or is it a matter of ego? What do you think?
I told that dude to get a profile pic twice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just ban him then.
Yeah.
If he's been told twice and he hasn't figured it out yet, then just ban him. In the end, writing in nobody is the exact same thing as not voting, which is exactly what got us here in the first place. No, it isn't, because I'm also encouraging people to vote in local elections, and I've also told people that they're free to vote for non-DNC affiliated candidates, so they can vote third party as well, and they can vote down ballot on initiatives, local and state. Just absolutely nothing to the DNC. Not a dime, not a dollar. All of that goes to local charities, local mutual aid orgs, actually putting your money in the hands of somebody that will help the people that you claim to care about, rather than in the hands of Bernie Sanders or any of the other number of candidates that people donated to that all piled their money in a basket and threw it at Joe Biden so he could beat Trump in a squeaker. Dude, with as bad as Trump was, the Democrats should have blown him out of the fucking water. The fact that it was in contention for as long as it was, and close enough to even raise the ridiculous doubts that fucking Trump was, it should be a shame to people that fucking sold this strategy. The fact that they're all kicked back now and being all smug that Biden's the president and sucking his old wrinkly balls, dude, Have they forgotten how close they came to dropping the strap to Donald Trump twice? How ineffectual is your strategy if it leads to 2 politicians in a row, one of which loses clearly to an orange fucking moron? Not to use a rote fucking orange man bad trope, but literally an orange reality TV moron who sold steaks at the Sharper Image and couldn't do it. Dropped the whole fucking thing to him. And this is the fucking organization that you support with all of your fucking rhetoric and all of your money, and you buy their merch and you encourage your young impressionable audience to go out and vote for them. I mean, set aside, let's say you don't believe that the Democrats and Republicans are 2 sides of the same coin, which is obviously true. Let's say you don't believe that they require one another to continue perpetuating their existence by distracting people with football social issues while they steal every fucking bit of wealth, both monetary and fucking mineral and otherwise, from the earth. On our way to the first fucking global trillionaire. And you motherfuckers think that we should just keep voting for the fucking people that were in power half the time when that shit was put in place? This is the absolute state of the DNC that you have people voting for, that you carry the water for, that you make concession after concession for, because they're going to play the game. Performative. There were people that actually argued against people trying to get Medicare for all passed during a must-pass bill during an unprecedented global fucking pandemic that had killed, at that point, what was it, 500,000 fucking people in here? Knock, knock, where's the leftism? And then those very self-same people who told you to swallow your bile after they scuttled Bernie and vote for the old corpse did stream after stream telling you how performative it was for any of these progressives that they worked so hard to get elected to do anything. No more. No confidence. No more DNC. You know how much poop I got for saying this election was a coin flip? Look at the margins in Wisconsin and Michigan. Coin flip, absolutely. And liberals are acting like they delivered some kind of crushing blow to Trumpism when he's about to run again, and he'll win. Yeah. He'll win because they gave nothing. They gave nothing. So unless by some fucking miracle Trump ends up in federal prison or something, or stroked out, or a vegetable or some shit, he's running again in 2024, and if you don't think he'll beat the fuck out of Joe Biden after he gives you nothing, if you don't think all those fucking middle-of-the-road voters and people that flipped from the Republican Party aren't going to go right back to Trump, he'll win. And if fucking Biden bows out like he said he was going to at the beginning of this, and they try and coronate Kamala, he'll win harder.
Yeah, no votes in the primaries at
Yep.
all. No delegates.
Didn't win a single delegate. Never primaried a single state. Nobody wants her. And that's where this fucking, that's where this is going. There's absolutely no way that Joe Biden is going to go like, ladies and gentlemen, every man has to know when he's reached his limits, and I have reached mine. I've done what I can in my 4 years, but it's time for me to step down. That is why I throw my support behind my lovely and wonderful and intelligent Vice President, Kamala Harris. And the fucking DNC is going to suck it up, and they're going to force feed Kamala Harris to people, and guess what's going to happen? The orange fucking buffoon is going to come back. And you know whose fault it's going to be? Yours. If you went along with this fucking stupid plan. And then what? And you know what you're going to do? You're going to bitch about it. And you know what your fucking idea for fixing it is going to be? We got to get rid of Trump. Anybody but Trump. Sound familiar? This is 2 cycles in the future. Get with me.
It's like everyone's freaking out about Republicans being in power, but it's like the Democrats are letting Republicans in power just as easily.
Absolutely. Well, they legitimize the Republicans' power. Yeah. It's the Democrats' job to lock in the walkbacks and tax cuts and shit given to the rich, to lock in the economic and ecological devastation by pretending to fix it by walking it back to like 10% of what it was during the previous liberal administration. And on it goes. And these people want to pretend like that's not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I see it in my crystal ball. Barring some fucking unforeseen change in the fact that we in the United States don't prosecute our fucking presidents, or barring some fucking unforeseeable medical event that makes Trump completely incapable of doing it, he's running again and he'll win. Willing to throw down a bet? I don't need to bet about it. I just make takes. And I'm right about them.
Well, I guess especially if the fucking bubble bursts in this economy, then it's just guaranteed Republican.
Absolutely. If it isn't Trump, for whatever reason, it'll be Pence or Tom Cotton, and he'll beat whoever they put up will beat Kamala Harris. Make no fucking bones about it. There's absolutely no way that people are going to maintain. Look at this first 100 days and the disappointment that has been sown just in the first 100 days of this administration when they had a mandate.
They were almost like sneaky about Biden's State of the Union address tonight. Like they barely announced it at all ahead of time.
That's because they don't want to. That's because they're hoping nobody listens to it, so that nobody expects any of it to actually be done. And they're hoping that bobbleheads go like, "Oh, actually sounds good," like they've never heard a politician lie to them before. Especially the politician that they're talking about, Joe Biden, who's had a history of lying to his constituency and working against the best interests of the fucking most indigent people in this country. He's tried to kill fucking Social Security twice in his career and worked really hard to do it. Proudly helped author the bill that imposed mandatory minimums for drug sentences and put a fucking generation of young black men in jail. And unapologetically refuses to walk those things back. He's a segregationist, advocated against fucking free busing for black neighborhoods so as to deny black people access to fucking schools. And when asked why, he said he didn't want his children living in a, quote, racial jungle. I know you guys have heard me say this shit a million fucking times, but it's almost like people have forgotten this.
Like, there was someone in here, like, last night, like, Tara Reid's a liar. It's like, the fuck do you know?
Yeah, how the fuck do you know? What happened to believe the victim? I bet if Tara Reid had accused Trump of finger banging her, you wouldn't call her a liar, would you? They promised right at the 11th hour to get people's votes, and then delivered nothing.
Yeah, gave less money to less people.
Yep. Denied about 17 million Americans anything, and denied about fucking the rest of those Americans $600, or a good chunk of the rest of those Americans $600. And that was our, second payout? Trump actually did a bigger payout.
Yeah. He did $1,800.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
Trump did a straight up $1,800 straight out payout.
Or $1,200 plus $600,
right.
$1,800.
Right.
Yeah,
so $1,800 from Trump. How much from Biden now?
$1,400.
$1,400, but not unless you meet a certain criteria, right? He knocked like 17 million people off the rolls that got it from Bush. Or from Trump. Sorry, same difference. Ooh.
Yeah, Trump had this thing saying that he was going to do 2K checks.
Yep.
And like, you know what?
They fought it.
Yeah.
They scuttled it because he was in the waning days of his presidency and they wanted to be the ones that could do it. And they didn't even come through with it. Promised it all the way up until fucking election night and then just forgot.
Yeah.
What a bunch of fucking sleazes. And there are people defending this. Well, it's a little less evil than you do. It's like, oh my God, are you a fucking kindergartner? I'm getting so sick of this, dude, I tell you what, Here's a reason why people don't like being pressed on it, because as you press them, it starts to become more and more absurd. This idea of a lesser evil. I don't believe in evil. I believe in human intention, right? I don't believe in evil. It's these people that invoke the term evil, and they want to act like a lesser evil can exist. If evil does exist, evil is evil. Talking about the grades of evil doesn't matter. Trying to figure out how evil something is, that's like pointless. The reason I don't believe that evil exists is because it's part of a binary concept that also includes good. I don't believe that good exists. I believe in human intention and psychology. And that's it. They invoke this lesser of two evils thing, and as you press and press and press and press them on this fucking fact, it gets so absurd, and they have to make more and more absurd rhetorical arguments. I got a dude, I shit you guys not. I had a private fucking conversation on Discord with a dude that hated me in the lead up to the election. And I got him to admit that he thought that the Democrats were something like 0.002% or something better than the Republicans. That's what I bargained him down to. And then I looked at him and I said, hey, want 0.002% of a fucking penny, bro? Don't spend it all in one place. This is the absurdity of the argument at this point. They want to win with no risk. They want to risk nothing and get everything. And they want to sell you a fucking plan to do that and keep you complacent and keep you with your pockets full of cash to give to them. In the lead up to the election, they promise you a bunch of direct action. It never materializes. And if it does, they don't share it with you. In fact, I've heard that Vosh has made arguments against giving to charities that help homeless people. Where's the direct action? Where's the mutual aid orgs? That motherfucker's making at least 15, 20 times what I make. Where's it at? Confirmed VDS. Oh my fucking God, bro. Great argument, man. Man, you really deconverted me with that one. Yeah, I got VDS, bro. Yeah, just like you had TDS, right? Or that was fake, but VDS, though. Let's take something that was flung at lefties, right? And started to be flung at lefties. Started to be flung by lefties during the Obama administration with Obama derangement syndrome. And let's just kick that football back and forth at each other and see how far it gets us in this country. What an empty-headed moron. Next. Remember, we got to push Biden to the left. Trust the Vosh plan. Yeah, dude. Trust the plan, y'all. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Ching, ching.
Yeah. Well, it became push Biden left, and now it's... We didn't expect much from Biden, so anything's better.
Right. Which is such a low bar that it makes me want to throw up in a fucking toilet somewhere. It just... That's leftism now. Well, you know, we did a couple of things, and whatever, because he's a little bit better than Trump. Victory! While the world burns. Nope. Sorry. Oh, yeah, we're going to push Biden to the left. Our internet influence is stronger than the ghouls he has whispering in his ear 24/7. No, we're not going to push him to the left now. We're going to push him to the left before we pledge our vote to him in the primaries. And before we pledge our vote to him in the presidential. Instead of doing what all these fucking bobbleheads did and rush to be the first one to get their Biden hat and t-shirt so they could make a meme stream with it, you instead, for the 6 months leading up to the election, tell Biden to go fuck himself. You're not voting for him, even if you intend to. Make it public and tell your fucking people to do the same. Anybody that watches you, anybody within earshot, I'm not voting for that piece of shit. Fuck him. He's not willing to make concessions. He's not willing to give me Medicare for all. That's why you got no concessions, dumb fuck. Because you started trying to bargain after you'd already paid the man. You don't get any bargaining power after you've already paid the man. Say, can I get $500 off of that used car that I bought from you last week? No. You already paid the man. Dumb fucks. And that's like checkers simple. That's like Chutes and Ladders simplicity. That's not even a fucking hard to understand concept, and yet there are dense motherfuckers on this platform that call themselves leftists that find rhetorical ways to dodge around it or just outright ignore it. We're talking Candyland level. How will voting no confidence solve any of these problems that you're talking about? Most Americans are aware of these problems that you are repeating, and yet they're doing nothing about it. They're allowing the DNC to keep functionally locking us out of any real change to these problems. So how does my plan foment change? Deny the DNC actual leftist votes, making sure that they can no longer win, making them a defunct organization that can be replaced with a new Workers' Party or a Labor Party that's very smartly conceived of, and a new structure that doesn't immediately scuttle any progressive candidate that comes across or assimilate it into the fucking Borg cube of corporatism. How about that? Is that a good enough explanation for you, or you got another smug comment for me, dipshit? I love all these little butt puckers in here, coming in here with their little snide shit. You know that dude thought he was smart when he typed that fucking shit up. You're not smart. Read a book. Take a look. It's in a book. Read a book or learn how to talk, or just read a news article every once in a while. Learn how to think critically. Learn how to think outside of the bubble of your own ego, where being right on the internet is the most important thing to you. And then you craft me a one-sentence piece of fucking dog shit and drop it on me and watch yourself get fucking annihilated. And then disappear into the moonlight like a little pussy.
It's like, if people think your idea is so dumb and that it won't go anywhere, then what are you fucking mad about?
Yeah. Why are you so mad? If my idea has fucking got no traction, nothing to worry about, stupid, then what the fuck are you even bothering with? Don't you have a fucking Republican Party to fight against? Mr. Lib Warrior? Get dunked on. Get flushed. Don't bring weak shit to me. I don't know if you've noticed, but weak shit don't fly where I'm from. I don't cotton weak shit. Come at me like a fucking man, dude. Or a woman. Or a person. Not a little anonymous fuck stain with nothing but a sentence of derision and fucking actual Vosh derangement syndrome. That's the funny thing. People that holler VDS are the people that actually have Vosh derangement syndrome, because they spend all day camping Vosh streams, watching him play Bloodborne and tell him how Marx would have voted for Biden. Hold on, I've got to beat the avatar of sin here, and then we'll get into how Ingalls and Biden are actually functionally the same person. And they go, that's good, yes, Ingalls vote Biden. And then they come into my fucking chat and post some fucking one-liner that probably would work over there. Over in Vosh's chat, it would get like 1 million. Taru, Omega lol, Slay Queen. But over here, it just gets pooped on. Because over here, we're not mushed brain. Over here, we know how to look 2 cycles back and understand what a pattern is and try and escape. The Paul don't matter about bot. Paul got destroyed by bot. They bring this fucking weak shit to me. Lay it on my doorstep and get fucking pooped on. And then they disappear. Because Vosh isn't here to tell them what to say next. They had Vosh in an earpiece, they'd have another fucking quick little quip one-liner to give me. But unfortunately, Daddy Vosh is too busy fucking, I don't know, counting his fucking racks or whatever he does at night after he gets done advocating for socialism all day while playing video games on a computer that functionally costs more than most of the people's fucking housing that watch him. When the DNC loses, they move to the right. Your strategy creates a more conservative Republican Party. That the whole idea is that things get more conservative. Look up the ratchet effect and don't bring a weak argument to me again. If you haven't read a single thing or listened to a single thing I said, it's probably not a good idea to pipe up with any kind of refutation of me. Go look up the ratchet effect, understand how it works, and then come back and you and I can have a grown-up talk.
It's like, do you miss the whole part where people are saying?
No, he didn't miss it. It's just, it's a bad faith fucking argument. People want to endlessly have me go over shit and over shit and over shit and pretend they don't understand shit. TJ did it too in that fucking argument. He acted nonplussed and fucking confused several times by simple shit that I said. And then when I fucking explained it to him, went like, well, I agree with that. It's like, why did it take me 20 minutes to get that? That's part of the tactic. I don't even know. Right along with the absolute, my absolute favorite, the character assassination and the personal attacks. Paul's just a fucking burnt out stoner narcissist. What did he know? But I'm the one that's got some kind of derangement syndrome over here. Listen to the kind of arguments you people proffer out in public. If I were Vosh, I would be sad if there were people out there representing my arguments in the way that you represent his here. Don't ask stupid fucking small talk questions an hour into a stream, bro. How's it going is not... This is not like the local fucking church meeting hall or some shit. Especially not an hour in the stream. Sound like we're having small talk here tonight to you? If not, you might want to bow out before you type any.
Alright, y'all stop adding each other.
100%. If you're adding each other, hey, mods, if anybody's adding each other about some shit that I'm not fucking talking about or having conversations that don't include me in this fucking chat, time them out and then ban them if they keep doing it. Take it to the fucking DMs. Thank you, Mr. Naughty Priest. Have a good rest. Thank you as always for your support. Stay on topic or take your ADHD elsewhere and find something else that you can fucking take over, because it's not my chat. We're a topical show here. We're a chat interactive show, and if you're going to act like a fucking 12-year-old, you're not going to have a voice up in here. And that's the way it works. I at people all the time here, but it's usually pertaining to the topic at hand. It's probably not smart to argue with people that are in here.
And then fucking shit gets spaced out because
Right.
it'll take a while to type, and then it gets completely out of context
You need
in
to
5 minutes.
you need to understand how functionally bad that is for me, given the fucking way that this show works, right? So here's what happens. I start answering a question. You start adding furiously back and forth to somebody who disagrees with me. I look down to get another prompt from the chat, and instead of a question or a comment or a clarification or whatever the fuck about anything that I'm saying or anything that, or any new fucking tangent that people want to explore, I see the middle of your conversation.
We got naughty priest.
Yeah, I've said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm not interested in defending the Democratic Party or Biden. I just don't see any evidence that no confidence voting would accomplish anything. Running leftists as Dems seems like a better strategy. All right, how's that paying off? How's the squad voting block getting some actual getting some actual progressive legislation through the slim margin House by forming a voting block and holding up legislation and demanding that actual progressive action be taken? How's that working out? Oh, it isn't? Then shut up. Next. You know what, dude? I'm mad at that fucking previous shit. I shouldn't have been as fucking dismissive with you as I was just now. Forgive me for that. Forget all the fuck offs and shit and just take what I actually said before that, and that's my answer. Yep, AOC is one of the least effective members of Congress, and she had a massive grassroots campaign and a massive fucking bread tube love fest and a massive fucking signal boosting campaign. And you know what? I would agree with people that she's doing a fucking bang up job if we'd elected her to be a Twitter warrior. If we'd elected her to be the slay queen Twitter warrior and wag her finger and win the smuggest person on the fucking planet award as she wags her finger at you at a leftist and tells you that you're arguing in bad faith if you don't suck Biden's balls. By the way, no hyperbole. Those are all things that she's done. Yeah, man, I don't know. Seems like to me that she needs to run for like Instagram star or whatever the fuck. Well, she's already got that now, so why not just get out of the way and get somebody that actually means to fucking use this unprecedented time for actual progressives. They've got a voting block of like 5-6 people in the fucking House, squad members. They can hold up any piece of fucking legislation. They could stymie Biden's entire agenda unless he meets them halfway on something. And they're doing nothing. They're actually going on fucking shows to defend the Biden administration. Going on shows to tell everybody how the Biden administration has, quote, exceeded their expectations. The fuck is this, guys? Thank you, mods, for your tireless work to keep the chat cleaned up and enforce the very simple and very easy to understand single paragraph of rules that it takes to participate in the chat here. I genuinely appreciate you. If you guys are feeling like overtaxed, let me know. I've got a couple of other, known quantities that pop in here, out of here that I can wrench up, relieve some of you guys. I know I ask a lot of you guys. There's a lot of people that come here just to derail discussion and just to make these streams uninteresting and just to make these streams frustrating for both you watching and for me doing it. And some of that's just, probably just good-natured ribbing and trolling, which, to a point is okay. But a lot of that is to functionally derail me and gaslight me and make me feel like I'm ineffectual when I'm clearly not. So I appreciate my wrenches. Want to let you guys know that, all of you that are within earshot, and I'll try and tell those that aren't. But yeah, I appreciate the hard work that you've done, especially over the last week. You know, these streams, in my opinion, have been functionally way better over the last 3 or 4 days since I kind of went draconian on this shit. And yeah, well, thank you, Liam. Mod Appreciation Day, the day everyone gets to be mod. You get a mod, and you get a mod, and you get a mod, and you get a mod. That'd be kind of funny. The like Switch Day, where I mod everybody that isn't modded that chats. You know what I mean? So the mods are, you know, there's no mod. Everybody's a mod, so nobody can mod the mods or unmod the mods, or you know what I mean? Oprah of moderation. Did you guys see that thing back in the day when what the fuck, what's his name, Tyler the Creator tried to do that? Like he had some show going and he told people that everybody was going to get a pair of sneakers that night. He was like, you get sneakers, you get sneakers, you get sneakers. And then somebody comes like running off on the stage from backstage and whispers in his ear, and he's like, oh man, that's fucked up. He's like, all right, you guys, like, I promise, like, if you keep your ticket stubs, I'll send them, but like, this is just a prototype. I don't actually have any sneakers to give anybody. I was like, oh my God, bro. How the fuck did that happen? How'd you get that far off the fucking reservation? I'd love to know. If I were Kyle, I would literally be crying with a tub of ice cream in my PJs, knowing I supported and groomed her for power only to see her waste it all. I mean, he looks more and more fucking disgusted with her by the day. Like, I saw the last video of him where she's talking about how Biden exceeded her expectations and she's making all these excuses and shit. And the look on his face after it, it's not even the usual, like, smug Kyle, like, hey, I was right, shit. Like, he just looks sad. He just looks like, for a second after it, he's just lost for words. Like, I can't even imagine if I'd ever believed in AOC. Luckily, I've been through enough fucking election cycles, and I've got enough of an edge of cynicism to me about the DNC to know that there was never going to be an AOC. AOC was going to get functionally thrown into the guts of the liberal wing of the Democratic Party, or she was going to be fucking a single-term presence and get nothing done. I did believe because she was a working woman, they corrupted her. Not every working person has the purest of fucking intentions, dude. That's why structure is needed in the form of a union. If unions were just all like, kind of like communist co-ops, nothing would ever get done. My dad, that's why there's a presidential structure and a leadership structure and a delegate structure in unions. Because not every working person has the purest of intentions. The idea of the organization of a union is to refine those intentions, weed out the impure ones, and to go after the reasonable demands that the workers make for their safety and their fucking well-being, financially and otherwise. So this idea that just because she was fucking working for a bartender doesn't mean that she didn't enter into this cynically. Maybe she never intended to be the firebrand that she said she was going to be. Maybe she knew that's what was needed at that time, ran on it, and then functionally decided to join Nancy Pelosi and the liberal wing of the party and just kind of going with whatever the fucking Biden administration's plan is. Pass it off with far leftists as something like progress and then drop the strap to fucking Trump. Because while all of these fucking well-to-do streamers are going, progress, yay, this, like, I can almost guarantee you, if it's not up already, that Vosh will have a fucking video up, like, Joe Biden's speech last night was based. And it'll have a picture of him on the thumbnail going like, and you know what's going to come of that money that he makes on that big fucking stream? He's going to put it in his fucking pocket and buy something real nice with it. Dude, I can almost fucking guarantee within fucking 24 hours he'll have that video up. Biden's speech was based. AOC, why AOC is right. Yes, Biden is keeping kids in cages, but there's something you need to know, ... Compare that to the coverage that he did during the Trump administration. Compare the way that border camp video that he did, which he's been pretty fucking mum on in terms of just like front-facing content since. Look at the difference in the way that that's worded and presented, and then go back and look at one of his videos on the same subject during the Trump administration and tell me there's consistency in this person. No ideological consistency and no principles. Principles are whatever is dictated by the liberal wing of the Democratic Party. Vosh pretends to be in opposition to them while funneling votes to them, making a bunch of money. Sounds like a pretty fucking good deal to me, if you're the type of person that can put your head on your fucking pillow and sleep at night while lying to people all fucking day. Or even worse, if he's stupid enough to actually believe the dumb shit that he espouses. But I really don't believe that. I believe there's got to be some kind of fucking, at least hint of cynicism in the dude. He may have mostly good intentions, but I've got a feeling he knows that he argues in incredibly bad faith a lot of the time. Of course you keep thinking about AOC throwing herself on that fence and screaming, because it was actually a powerful moment. It was like, holy fuck, look at this politician that actually cares. But it turns out it was just a carefully crafted photo op. Next time she had the opportunity to talk about those little Hispanic children being kept away from their parents, she made excuses for it and equivocated and pivoted and shifted blame away from the Biden administration, when she never would have given the same fucking quarter to Trump. Even under the same fucking circumstances, never would have framed it that way. She'd be right back down there with her hands on a cyclone fence and her hair blowing in the wind. Did you get it, Marty? Yeah, Alexandria, yeah. Don't call me Alexandria. My name's AOC. Yeah, AOC. I think I got it, but can you do me another one from the other angle? Because the sun is a little bit, it's throwing a little shade on your nose. Yeah. All right. Second angle. Ready? 3, 2, go. Give it to me. Oh my God, AOC, those turned out so much better from that angle. I was so right. Here, put it up on your socials now. Hey, AOC, Biden's got more kids in the fucking camps than Trump did. Well, sounds like a carceral crisis to me. And an imperialism crisis, you know? We need not make bad faith arguments. Snake. She'll keep making me right, too. She's going to snake out until people get sick of her. Or she joins the power structure to where she's like functionally like another fucking Dianne Feinstein, and she's literally dementia-addled and like over 90 and still serving. still in the Senate. No, she was a snake in the making during her first term when she had people believing that just any moment now she was going to rip into things. Did some really fiery, like, cross examinations of people during congressional hearings and shit. Got some sound bites out of that. But when it came to the showdown, she wasn't there. One of the least effective members of Congress. I'm not right about everything, man. I really am. I'm not. I mean, I've been wrong. Like, I was wrong. I thought that Trump was almost a lock against Biden. I really thought that this kind of like anti-Trump fucking shit was a mirage. I really thought that this big giant kind of balloon of votes was going to come in and that was going to be that. Didn't turn out that way. You know, turned out a marginal victory for the DNC. So I was wrong in that take. I was right about who was going to be at the head of the DNC platform that year. I was right about Bernie Sanders being scuttled, and I was right about him bending the knee immediately to whoever the Corp Dem candidate was. I called that like 2 years, or at least a year and a half before the fucking election, and was vociferous about that. And you know how much shit I caught for that? You know how much bullshit I caught for that take on Bernie that has never been retracted by any of the people that called me a moron for the take? You see what I mean? It doesn't matter that I'm right. That's the great thing about being in the position that I'm in, is like when I do make a call based on my experiential history, my knowledge of American electoral history, when I do make a call and it turns out to be right, everybody just kind of like cynically decides that they knew it all along anyway and forgets that they were wrong and moves on to some other issue. And like a lot of the same people are calling me morons on other issues now. And when I'm proven right on those issues, they'll move on to another one, because it's not about defeating my argument. It's about wearing me down. Let's be honest about something right now, guys. There are functionally two types of trolling that are done against me personally, right? Well, maybe three. There is good-natured ribbing and trolling of that nature, where they kind of want to get me salty, or they kind of want to get me fucking all worked up, or they want to fuck on me a little bit. There's a lot of that. I think a lot of the stuff that people look at and think is like really bad faith shit with me is that in that realm. And then there are people who are like reaction trolls. They're looking to take me and wear me out, right? Just for the spectacle of it. Just because they know that I'm a person that's passionate and that'll engage them, and then they can just duck out or come back as somebody else or whatever the fuck, right? And then, and you better believe it, there are people who are functionally against what it is that I'm for and what it is that I do. And they want to wear me out too. They want me to just tuck my tail and be quiet so that they can continue to be, heavy air quotes, right. Streams are on fire lately. You're doing a good job vocalizing why we can't expect a different outcome doing the same. Currently working on a short rotoscope animation using clips from your streams to help spread the word. Hey, cool, bro. Well, thank you for the donation, and thanks for letting me know. Please, like, let me know when that's done. That sounds really cool. I'd love to hear it and see it. That sounds really awesome. But thank you for your kind donation. Slanesh, in the magical world of make-believe, if Bernie happened to win the presidency, do you think he would break the wheel and act real change? I mean, no. I think Bernie would have been lame ducked by the overarchingly conservative Democratic Congress, assuming that the same congressional outcomes were in place, and we just replace fucking Biden with Bernie, right? Same congressional outcomes take place. They've got the slim House margin. They've got the slim fucking Senate margin. I think that he would be pretty much, like, to use an indelicate term, cucked by a mostly Republican in Democrat clothing congressional body. So I think that it would be good. Now, I wouldn't turn down the opportunity to get Bernie up there and let him be a firebrand and call these people out and let people know what obstructionism is happening and who wasn't on board and give people lists and shit. But that's all part of the fantasy now, right? Because Bernie doesn't really operate like that. Bernie's a my friend this and my friend that, my friend Joe. Like, look, I'm not saying the dude can't be friendly and cordial or that the dude has to be some kind of screaming lunatic. But the fact that Bernie was just so reluctant to actually throw a punch at people that he knows were being disingenuous or outright lying or falsely framing an argument about him or about something he cared about. And he would continue to have this demeanor of, like, jokey, laughy, laughy. He very rarely, if ever, came out of his shell in this last fucking electoral cycle in any of the debates and shit. He got a couple of zingers in on fucking Joe Biden and shit in their debate. But as far as, like, a performance where he could have literally absolutely dismantled Joe Biden live on TV, he didn't do it. And he had all the tools to do it. But it's my friend Joe. Can't do that to Joe. But that's just it. That's the absolute state of the DNC. And like everything that I've just said is the organization that a lot of lefty fucking bread tubers want you to donate your time, effort, and money and voices to in upcoming electoral cycles. Not only that, but they want you to help cheerlead. I know I'm not alone, but not me. Not anymore. Not ever again. You talk about once bitten, twice shy. I've been bit way more than once by the DNC. And so have you, if you've been alive for the fucking last 10 years. They turn leftism into center-right corporatism. It's like a fucking magic box trick where there's a tiger in there, and then the fucking DNC comes along and throws its big fucking velvet-lined, black on the outside, red on the inside cape over the fucking cage, and you pull it back, and there's just a big fucking pile of buffalo shit there. And all that fucking visceral, primal, leftist energy is just fucking replaced with a big, steaming, disgusting, fly-blown pile of buffalo shit. And then everybody goes, ooh, that's not as smelly as I thought it would be. Ooh, there are way fewer flies on this big steaming pile of buffalo shit than I thought there would be. Now that's impressive. You know what? This buffalo shit has exceeded expectations. All of the lofty expectations that I had for a pile of buffalo shit have been exceeded by this one. The way it's, like, simultaneously so solid and well formed, but kind of juicy around the edges, huh? Oh man, that's a fine sack of buffalo shit there. It's like, what are you doing, McFly? Hello, you call yourself a leftist. Well, the cold hard calculus is that the pile of buffalo shit is better than the slightly stinkier pile of buffalo shit. Meanwhile, everybody else still has to smell a pile of buffalo shit for 4 years and then gets to vote for it again in the next 4 years. Well, actually, the next 2 years. Continuously voting for the piles of buffalo shit with all these promises from people that just guarantee, hey guys, this is the way, man. We don't really have a plan, but the plan is like, let's just harm reduce now, and then we've got time to marshal leftist forces. Where's all that, too? What leftist forces has fucking Vosh marshaled? Other than an army of fucking ill-equipped fucking, like, debate bro wannabes that come into my fucking chat all the time and try and throw me off with zingers that they heard on a Vosh stream or some shit. Or even worse, their take on it. At least they could have the good sense to steal his fucking shit. He's eloquent. What they do is they run it through the black hole of the average Vosh watcher's brain, and it shits out just some stupid bastardized version of something they think Vosh heard or Vosh said on some fucking stream. And then they bring it over here like it's going to be the fucking, like I'm going to put the crown on them or some shit. That's buffalo poo. That's a good point. Paul, are you going to functionally sit there in good faith and tell me that there's not a difference between buffalo shit and buffalo poo? Functionally, yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, that's like the same thing. Like one has like a cuter sounding, softer kind of name and stuff, but like poo is shit. It's just a nicer way of saying shit. Ah, yes. Ah, so you have admitted it then. So poo is nicer. Well, I mean, it's a nicer way of saying shit. Ah, yes, so a concession. So you admit that your best option would be to vote for poo then? No. I think they're both shit. No. Only one is shit. You've already conceded that part of the argument, Paul. I'm not going to let you get away with that, okay? You conceded that part of the argument. Shit is shit. This is poo. And you've admitted that poo is nicer. Your own words. I can run back the recording. I record simultaneously. My people clip simultaneously. No, all right, you win, bro. You win. You got me. I'm convinced. Got anything else to say other than that I self-owned? Vosh annoys me so much. He's under my skin now too, because he has not made good on his promise to fight like a leftist once Biden was in power. We get him in power, we do the harm reduction, and then we do the hard work of getting leftists into power, and we start the mutual aid, and we start the fucking direct action, guys. This is what we do, okay? This is what we do. This is anarcho-Bidenism, okay? We're making a functional decision here. We're making a functional decision here, okay, to make dude. Whoa, dude, in the chat, listen. I don't like Joe Biden, okay? I don't like Joe Biden. I'm not here to tell you that Joe Biden is a good guy. I'm not even here to tell you that Joe Biden is a smart move for leftists. What I'm here to tell you is that Joe Biden is not Donald Trump. So that he is functionally and mathematically better for leftists. We have a better opportunity to start a new radical leftist movement under Joe Biden than we do Donald Trump. We have a better opportunity to take direct action under Joe Biden than we do under Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure these are fucking truncated direct quotes from before the election. 100 days into Joe Biden's presidency, and none of that other shit has shown up. The only thing that's shown up is his I voted sticker and his Biden merch and a bunch of fucking 17-hour arguments with Destiny. Where's the leftism at? You know why I can impersonate Vosh so well? It has nothing to do with me listening to Vosh a lot. I listened to a lot of Destiny back in the day. And I had no idea up until very recently, but that Vosh is like a Destiny fucking like ultra X fanboy or some shit. Came out of his community and shit. And basically has like copped the entire fucking cadence of the streamer Destiny. Now, I watched Destiny back in the day when he was a semi-pro StarCraft 2 streamer. He used to play fucking League of Legends a lot back in the day. He used to play, now I know he still plays League, but he was way less into the like direct political streaming, talk streaming, and more about like memeing and video games. I watched him through that. And the reason it's so easy for me to impersonate Vosh is that all you basically have to do is take the cadence of Destiny and add a deeper baritone to it. So I've listened to way more fucking Destiny than I have Vosh. And when I do my Vosh impersonation, I just think in my mind that I'm talking like Destiny, but I add a deeper baritone to it. That's it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dude, wait, wait. I can't fucking, like, I'm honestly having trouble right now actually believing that you said what you said, okay? I'm gonna try and parse my thoughts into something that isn't just, fuck you, you're stupid. Let me think about this. Okay, that's Destiny. Talking to somebody on a fucking StarCraft stream. 100%. And it's also Vosh. When Vosh had his talk with TJ and he told Vosh he dropped out of high school, Vosh said TJ's the first person he ever met who dropped out. Bougie as fuck. Yeah, all right, well, whatever. Like, dude, like, TJ himself is bougie as fuck. TJ's a rich kid, too. So, you know what I mean? I don't think being bougie precludes you from having good takes. Like, Vosh didn't choose to be a rich kid. That doesn't preclude him from being a good socialist. What precludes him from being a good socialist is funneling actual socialist fucking policy and socialist fucking theory into the toilet that is Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the squad, and the DNC at large. And then functionally doing nothing but talk about it afterwards. Talked a big game before about mutual aid, direct action, making a new leftist movement, and how much easier it would be under Biden. And all he's done is defend Biden, argue with other people on the left, and argue with his fucking, you know, I don't know, idol destiny or whatever the fuck it is. Hey. Yeah, I don't like the whole personal dismissive snipe. The dude could be a rich kid and be a fucking really effective leftist. I don't think that he's an effective leftist at all because he's done nothing in my sight of leftism other than move a bunch of people to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and a bunch of do-nothing tainted DNC candidates that have functionally fucked us all. And he's greased their wheels for them by making apologencia or making apologetics for him. Like, he goes out and makes apologetic arguments for AOC when she says, you know, now's not the time for Medicare for all. And he goes, this is 100% true, and this is based. You know, this whole performative shit. Like, what did he think that he doesn't understand a voting block, I guess. He doesn't understand what a slim margin house is and how a voting block of progressives like the squad could use that weight to actually get concessions out of the very shit libs he claims to hate. So he makes arguments against it because they make arguments against it. Joe Biden says he's going to do something and Vosh nods his head and goes, based. And then when Biden doesn't deliver on it, Vosh finds a way that he kind of did. Well, you know, he didn't get all the way there. But let's just say that he made strides that Trump wouldn't have made. And his whole fucking audience goes, pog champ, true, slay queen, based AF. And they donate another fucking $2 or $3 grand to him. And he puts it in his back pocket. And he goes and smokes a joint, gets his fucking dick sucked and goes to sleep. wakes up the next day and fucking rolls over and spits out the $100 bill that somehow snuck its way into his mouth, unburies himself from the mound of money that he fucking sleeps on every night, and then sits down in his room to tell you how to be a socialist by voting for the bourgeoisie, even going so far as to take actual socialism, actual socialist theory, and attempt in absolutely good faith or utter inexcusable ignorance to claim that Marx or Engels would have had anything to do with Joe Biden. And what is this fucking bobble-headed audience that lets him do their research for them and lets him craft their takes for them because they're too dumb or too lazy to do it themselves, and because he advocates for that aforementioned straight and easy road to hell? What do when he utterly fucking quote mines Marx and Engels and tries to make it look like they were all about working with the bourgeoisie candidate? He leaves out the functional part that they were talking in the parts that he quoted about after a workers' party has gained power. Then, once a workers' party has been placed in power, then you work with the bourgeoisie to get concessions. Not before. You don't go voting for the bourgeoisie party before a workers' party has been established. That's Marx and Engels. And he sat in front of his audience of probably like 10,000 little bobble-headed kids and told them that Karl Marx and Engels would have voted for fucking Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and advocated for such. Thanks for making excuses for me, Jack. And thanks for making excuses for that bright young lady, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a great one. She's one of the good ones. One of the smart ones. If you know what I mean, Jack. Paul, read my fucking super chats. All right, sorry, bro. Sorry, bud. Fuck. Paul, please respond to my super chat. Jesus Christ. Hello, Mr. Zigo. How are you today? I'm fine. Thank you. Show the talk with the TJ. He told he dropped out of high school. I got that one already. Going back. Like, why didn't you just retype your super chat, bro? Like, I appreciate it. Vosh is the millionaire son of Hollywood execs, actively advocates against workers. He pretends to be a socialist. Can you say agent provocateur? I don't know, dude. I mean, I do know that, like, his functional output so far that I've seen has been funneling people into center-right corporatist electoralism and selling them false promises about their ability to change such. Sorry, guys. Sometimes Amelia's out here to help me, but she's not out here right now. And that's good. She can't sit out here and marinate in this shit with me all fucking night. She's got to go do other shit. I don't fucking blame her. But when I don't have any help, you know, I miss a super chat here and there. Sorry. I try my best. I do my best to make the best of what I do. Does Vosh even believe anything that he says? Sure. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He believes it. How dare you not have supercomputer level functionality? I mean, they're not really asking for that. I'm just a stoner. I mean, you gotta fucking go with the flow here with me, you know? I can only be what I am. Is that not the textbook behavior of an agent provocateur? He doesn't believe anything in anything, by the way. I don't know how you're making that statement. Vosh grosses me out. Wouldn't stop calling Dankula a Nazi in their debate. It was pathetic and in bad faith. I mean, yeah, I mean, the dude, like, I don't like Count Dankula fucking, like, at all. I don't think he's funny. And he's certainly an alt-right enabler, but his pug doing a Nazi salute does not a Nazi make. Why does Vosh waste his time with little Twitter idiots? Huh? Because they're easy to fucking refute and continue collecting money from people that believe that he's steering them down the right path when he's really just steering them down the same fucking unchanged path of failure that people like him have been on since fucking before my parents and their grandparents were born. That's pretty much it. Can we just agree Otello is the best Spectre? No, there's no best Spectre, but Otello is a very specialized, special shock force troop in the Spectre army for sure. He's my, he's one of my shield guys, my first men through the door. Asbestos Fingers is on the ball too. I gotta fucking go, guys. Thanks for chilling with me and stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye.